Tragedy unfolding in Nepal and Tibet, where at least 273 people are dead following a catastrophic flood caused by, we think, a glacial collapse.
So right now, a desperate search is underway for more than 1,300 people who remain missing, including at least 65 Americans.
Jeff Paul joins us now from our London bureau with the latest. Jeff.
Yeah, and rescue teams right now in Nepal are in a race against the clock as they search for any sort of survivors, with so many still missing, including at least 65 Americans, according to officials in Nepal. There are real fears the death toll will only increase. As you look at this video, that is security camera footage from the Nepal-Tibet border. It shows people on the ground there had only seconds to find safety. A wall, as you see there, of water, mud, and debris swept away people, cars, and buses, as well as many buildings that stood in the way.
The floods came in suddenly and exploded like a bomb. The river looked small from distance, but it suddenly started overflowing and swept through this place.
Now, initially, the U.S. Geological Survey reported an earthquake in the area minutes before the flash flood, but the USGS now believes it was a powerful landslide that struck. One theory, part of a glacier broke off, triggering an avalanche of ice and rock, which in turn caused the flood. The Red Cross says at least 10,000 families have lost their homes, and rescue efforts could not be more difficult. Roads have been buried in mud, and several of the critical bridges that connect these communities, well, they were ripped away during the floods.
So we've been able to access some of the affected areas where there are many, many traumatized people. But unfortunately, some of the areas can only be reached by helicopter. So the Nepal Army has been carrying out search and rescue for them.
U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio saying that we express our solidarity and are united in prayer for the Nepali people following the devastating floods. The State Department stands ready to support the government of Nepal with needed humanitarian assistance. Now, we also spoke with one pilot yesterday in Nepal who was actually flying over the area when disaster struck. He tells us it was one of the most horrific things he's ever witnessed, and he felt so helpless not being able to get on the ground and aid those people who were in desperate need. Back to you all.
Thanks so much, Jeff. Hey, let's bring in Gordon Wilcock. He's a director of Asia Pacific at Direct Relief, supporting the medical response in Nepal via emergency funding, and joins us now. I guess, Gordon, the first thing you think about is, I mean, you got to get to people, but how does it being mud, not just water, complicate things?
Oh, it's a hugely difficult situation. I mean, these areas are difficult to operate in at the best of times. You know, these are very steep valleys fed with glacial sort of rivers. You can only access from the north and south. And you know, looking at those images right now, roads are down, bridges are down. So the response efforts now are seriously hampered by those barriers. So it's a serious challenge.
Yeah, Gordon, are the rescue crews even able to get in? Because we've seen a lot of the rescues through the helicopters, but we've seen bridges collapse. We saw buildings topple over. That just shows you the power of this water. Are y'all able to get in there?
Yeah, it's a really phenomenal event, this. It's really similar to a large-scale earthquake, really. Helicopters are critical. Our experience responding to similar disasters, you know, earthquake back in 2015 in Nepal, the military will be mobilizing those helicopters, using private helicopters as well. That's essential for evacuating people in this initial stage and then getting those critical supplies in. And then the government and the military will be really working to try and establish road routes in from the north and the south, and that'll be critical as well.
You know, Gordon, it's our understanding that the area is not out of the clear just yet. So how do you make the decision when to do the operations and when to pause them?
Yeah, really difficult situation. Direct Relief supports our partners in Nepal. We've got a large network and we support them with medical materials. Two of those partners, Mountain Heart Nepal and Dulakal Hospital, have sent teams up those valleys. And it's a really difficult decision. They have to just go carefully, get as far as they can go and sort of assess as they go and you know, obviously keep the safety of their teams paramount. But I think everyone is concerned that there could be flow-on effects, other flooding events. So it's definitely top of mind for everyone responding at this time.
So is there a ground operation and an air operation? And when you go to the ground operation, where's the perimeter? Have you figured that out?
It's an evolving thing, particularly in these first sort of 48, 72 hours. It's critical to get emergency medicines and rescue teams into the area. It's very tricky, as I said, with the roads down. I think some 19 bridges have been knocked down, as you can see there in that image. You know, the road goes up these valleys and then crisscrosses with these bridges. So it's very difficult. So emergency teams are sort of coming in from the north and south, moving as far as they can. They'll be heavily reliant on the Nepal military just to establish those routes, and then obviously using air assets as much as possible and establishing sort of forward operating bases where supplies can be moved in by air.
Yeah, Gordon, time is of the essence. And when you go out and you're rescuing people in situations like this, what if they're trapped under a building? Do you listen for voices? Do you listen for screaming? And then if you want to be rescued, you can go to the roof of your house and kind of wave your hands. But what if you're trapped?
Yeah, it's very difficult. And look, Direct Relief supports a lot of organisations that do search and rescue, and that's a very technical area of expertise. So those teams are getting mobilised as we speak. I mean, you can see the level of devastation in the middle of this disaster. You know, I think there's little hope of finding people, but along the edges of these valleys, you know, buildings would have been knocked down, and search and rescue teams will be doing everything they can to get in, and then using search dogs and using other diagnostic equipment to try and, you know, see if they can locate people. But it's obviously a race against time now.
Gordon, I'm just curious because when we look at the video here that we're playing on the screen, and Ainsley says, like many of us, it looks like something out of a movie. I know you've handled many tragedies before, but anything like this before?
Oh, look, this is something else. I mean, I guess these images make you think of the tsunami that hit Japan, or the Indian Ocean tsunami. I was in Sulawesi in Indonesia after an earthquake there, and there was liquefaction, and sort of whole villages just disappeared into the ground. So, I mean, some of these events are really it's hard to wrap your mind around the sort of level of devastation. And obviously our hearts go out to these communities affected, because it's a terrifying event to experience.
Yeah, I know. And a lot of tourists were there. It's a beautiful area. We had 47 Americans that are still missing. Thank you so much, Gordon. Or 55, I'm being told. The number's going 65. The number's going up. Thanks, Gordon. Thank you for what you do.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.